find absolute maximum, minimums, local maximum, minimums, or where there's neither maximum or minimum, you want to first start at absolute maximums. So an absolute maximum is just the highest point on the graph. It would be S, because at S, this would be higher than every single point on the graph, and since it is absolute, it is only at one point where it is the highest, unless it's shared. So this would be S. At the absolute minimum, it has the same concept. This is at R, which no other point shares, and that's an absolute minimum. A local maximum is where there is a point that is surrounded by the two near points that are lower than it. So if we look on the graph, a point that is surrounded by 2 points lower than them would be point C, because point B and point R, and I guess you could say point D, but point B and R are lower than point C. Unlike at A, where they don't have a point here, and unlike at S, where they don't have a point here, and D does not count because it doesn't have a maximum or a minimum. So the answer to this one would be C. And then a point where there's a local minimum, you're applying the same concept. In this case, it would be both point B and point R, because B has a point here and here that overtakes it, and R has a point here and here. So you'd have B and R. And then for the points where there's neither a maximum nor a minimum, we look over here at point D, where of course there's no peak or trough, and then at A as well, where there is no connecting dot, but it's not an absolute minimum or maximum either, unlike point S. So it would be point A and R, or not A and R, A and D.